Now, let us look at the most interesting layer for the developer, that is the bridge layer. So, what is a bridge layer? So, the bridge actually keeps the generated code and FlexBase libraries decoupled. So, what happened? We have generated the code, and now if we want to implement something or extend something in your classes which is generated for you, it becomes little difficult. So for that case we have created something called a bridge. So let's say this is X iFlex service bus bridge. So it inherits from the iFlex service bus. So that helps you to customize any of the methods which is not available with iFlex service bus also, because after the code is generated it is difficult to override that. You might have done some customization. So this bridge layer helps you to maintain your code as well as to keep updating the flex without disturbing the existing code, and you have your customizations available always with you. So there are some bridges available. We will go through the bridges as we go into individual modules in depth. So one of the interesting bridge is the domain model bridge. So all the flex objects which is used by the persistence layer inherits from domain model. So if you go to the domain model definition, we have this fields, common fields created for you, and the default string length for ID is 32. What if you want to increase the ID length to 50? Or what if you want to create some fields which are common across all your domain model in your application? So this helps here. So it helps us to override any of the values. We can have the get and protected set, and let's see, we want to increase the string length to 50. So across all your domain model you can customize your, so this will be applicable for all the domain models that gets created by the code gen. So this is one of the example. We have more bridges like this. We have the FlexiFlow bridge. For queries also we have the bridge. So instead of, if anybody has worked in the earlier version of Flex, we were generating code from FlexiQuery. So instead of FlexiQuery, we will have a FlexiQuery bridge, FlexiQuery enumerable bridge. So this bridge is the layer between your application code and the FlexBase libraries. So we have different thing for host. We have input, output for model for the Flexi pager list parameter bridge. We'll come and see, understand in more depth when we understand the CRUD operations. So right now if I explain also, it will not relate to any of the live examples. So instead of the command, flex command, we are going to use the flex command bridge. So we pass command in the bus, but in case you want to add some extra field for the command, so instead of flex command, we are inheriting from the flex command bridge in the application code, so that you can add your common fields in this bridge. So similarly we have the persistence. This helps you, instead of iFlex repository, we have iFlex repository bridge. So we'll see each one in depth at a later stage. And one of the interesting thing that you really need to know is our flexed post context info. So this one is very important to understand. We'll get into depth, but now if I want to summarize this, so this is a layer like this, any of the HTTP context data like user ID or your HTTP host info, like that. Many of the information comes from the HTTP context pipeline. So those information and need to be used across the application, whether it's a insert update operation, whether it's a query. Let's say user ID is useful everywhere. We need that to be accessed. So this context info captures that one and moves it across the entire application. So that also we will understand when we get into the CRUD operations.